Here's Udrich. Feeds it to Boykins. They're moving the ball. And Douglas Roberts kicks to Udrich. And Gooden backs in. Pocket 6. Now Boykins. He has 5. Nice D from Brooks.
You know, Jared Dudley's never been the most athletic player on the floor, but he's got a sense of humor about it. The 6'7" swingman made a pledge to get at least 10 dunks last season and finally reached his mark with 3 games left.
Douglas Roberts is out there with Gooden. Then it's Udrich. Then there's Earl Boykins. And it's Red in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. The Bucks trail, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was a cold day for them from the three-point line, and instead of adjusting, they kept firing away from out there. I was surprised they didn't try to work the ball inside.
Yeah, I was too, but hindsight being 20/20, locking into the three-point shot and making that their weapon of choice, not a good idea.
Clark, you brought up Jared Dudley. He has become a fan favorite in Phoenix, not just for his sense of humor, but Steve, also for his consistent work ethic.
Yeah, Suns gave him a 5-year extension last season, and part of that was his all-around play, a high-energy player, a good three-point shooter, and part of it was just what he means to the team, chemistry-wise, a great teammate.
Here's Red, and it's Phoenix with the rebound. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
Well, some called their series last year kind of a measuring stick for which conference was the better one, and they represented their conference pretty well.
Red Hot is tagged with the reach. That'll be his second foul of the game. And some changes here for the Bucks. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Gooden. Ilyasova comes in for Chris Douglas Roberts. And Mbamute comes in for Udrich. Then for the Suns, Gortat's checked in for Ward. Fry comes in for Josh Childress. And it's Hill in for Jared Dudley. Here's Red, kicks to Boykins. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Now Boykins from 20 feet out. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Red outside. It's good. Assisting on the play was Boykins. Red's got his second bucket of the night. Steve just talked about it. These teams were in very similar positions in their respective conference standings last season.
And Kevin, they made their conference look pretty good by taking both of those games.
Well, the Bucks had all kinds of problems last year. They really didn't do a good job against the Western Conference. In fact, they failed to even reach double-digit wins against Western Conference opponents.
Back to that point Steve was making with the Bucks in the West, Clark, Western teams have no problem scoring.
Well, it starts with, one, the talent that's out in the Western Conference across the board, and then style of play. The Bucks, on the other hand, had all sorts of problems putting up points, and it just made for a bad combination. Playing and trying to beat the West and not being able to score, that's a recipe for not being successful.
That's good. Boykins has got 10 points. There's Red Hot. He's got 13. Puts up a 3. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
The 10-footer and the basket by Hill. And the Suns lead by 2. And it's Milwaukee's ball. A 2-point game. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Boykins dishes to Ilyasova. A baseline J. Red. The second effort. Ilyasova hits the bucket. He's got 9.
Another board, just continuing to add to that big rebound margin.
And it's a bit ironic, guys. I mean, you would think the score wouldn't be so close the way they're dominating the glass, but this one is still in the balance.
Now Boykins, 10 points for him. Shoots from 12, And another basket for Milwaukee.
A nice piece of work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter.